But I suppose that the fundamental debate that's going to be had, though, will come down to whether the Republicans can sell to the American people that they are really concerned about jobs, about people's livelihoods and all the rest of it, if they're also scratching the backs of their rich and wealthy members, which is clearly, I think, the flaw in the Ryan plan, is that it just does. I mean, if you're very wealthy, you're going to be doing a lot better out of Paul Ryan than you will out of Barack Obama, who believes fundamentally the rich should pay more tax.
You know, I don't want to sound disrespectful, but I do wonder sometimes if you guys all get off in a little club and learn a brand new mantra and then all repeat it mindlessly. The fact is, these kind of things were said about Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan's tax cut, which was developed by Jack Kemp, who Paul Ryan worked for. Ronald Reagan's tax cut raised more people to middle-class status, took more people out of poverty, created more jobs. You know, this is the core thing that liberals don't get. If you want to have jobs, you have to encourage job creators. If you discourage job creators, if you engage in class warfare, if you do what Barack Obama's been doing, you have what we currently have. This is the worst recovery in 75 years. Now, nobody in the media seems to want to come to grips with the fact that the Obama economic policy is a disaster for the poor. Look at the unemployment rate for black teenagers. Look at the unemployment rate for Latino teenagers. At what point do we hold the president accountable for a policy which is crippling the poor in America by crushing the economy under big government? Ryan and Romney represent a different approach. And I think there's this mantra, you guys almost sound like you're an extension of the Obama campaign. The Ryan-Romney plan empowers middle-class Americans to get a job. When they get a job, their income goes up. They pay more taxes. They are independent. They're able to live their own lives. Obama worries about student loans. None of those students are going to get jobs under Obama. Ryan and Romney are worried about getting jobs for those students so they can pay off the Obama loans. I think this is a fundamentally different model, and I know everybody in the media wants to rush down and narrow it down to one point, so I'm going to rush down and narrow it down to one point. How long are we going to tolerate a president who makes the poorest Americans more unemployed, who pushes more poor Americans onto food stamps, and who eliminates hope for minorities? And that's the Barack Obama record after 4 years.
Well, I suppose the only point I'd say in return to that, Mr. Speaker, is that apart from the fact we're way too disorganised to all get together and plan the same message, I think what I would say is if you believe fundamentally, again, that this is the worst recovery in 75 years, what does that say, though, about the 8 years of Republican administration which got America into this financial hole? How would you describe that?
Wait a second, Piers. Very simple factual question. Is this the worst recovery in 75 years? The correct answer is yes. Has this recovery been terrible under Barack Obama? Was it the worst recession created in 75 years? No. Ronald Reagan had a deeper recession under Jimmy Carter, and Ronald Reagan recovered in 3 years. The fact is, by Ronald Reagan's, by the time we got to August of 1984, Reagan was running on the slogan, leadership that is working. Can you imagine how he'd be laughed off the campaign trail if Barack Obama claimed the current economy was a proof that it's working? In fact, he tried it a few weeks ago, and he had to then say he was taken out of context. This is a failure of Barack Obama. He has had every single month 8% or more unemployment. And the only reason it's that low is that the economy has shrunk and people have dropped out of looking for jobs, or he'd be at 13 or 14% unemployment. This is a tragic result, and you at least have with Romney and Ryan a plan for the middle class, a plan for jobs, and a plan for economic growth. And that's what this debate's going to be about.
Well, Mr. Speaker, it's good to see you back on such feisty form. I think that rhino has really got you going today, so maybe you should spend more time with the animals. I know you love them.
Come to the zoo with me sometime. We'll do it again.
I'd love to. Good to speak to you again. Thank you very much.